So we're gonna begin the show now for realsies.
Yeah, you're gonna be the host.
No, it's you. What are you talking about?
No, no, it's your turn, man. It actually probably is. It's probably my turn, isn't
Yeah. I looked back
it?
in the archives.
Oh, geez. Well, I don't really have access to them, um, so I just have to take your word for it, even if it's a lie. But I trust you. So, hey, welcome to Don't Worry Wednesday, everybody. So, um, this is a show where we basically, it's not even Wednesday, so don't even worry about that part. We do Don't Worry Wednesdays and Saturdays now. But anyhow, this is the show where we basically just talk about problems that people are having, taking in problems. So if you guys have any personal things you would like us to talk about, or just kind of things that you're going through, if you have any suggestions or advice on this, anything like that, we'll take it, and we're just gonna kind of go off of it and talk about it based on our own life experiences to help you guys out. I can't really say that we're professional psychiatrists or anything like that, but we are here to do our best to give you the best. We're here to help you guys move forward in your life in a way that is enjoyable so that you can experience life with a more wonderful manner. So, yeah, in short, basically just if you have anything you guys want us to talk about, any issues or topics that you feel are good for the occasion, maybe you're going through something right now with a friend and you're like, I don't know how to solve this situation I'm in, just leave a comment about it and we'll talk about it. Okay, so we've got our first one from Kanasake Hyodo. Hyodo, Anyways, technically, here's a good topic, the pros and cons of procrastination. So apparently there are pros to procrastination.
Yeah.
I like push that in there. He's like, this is not up for debate. Listen, there are good things about procrastination. Cool. So, Derek, here's what we usually do. When the host starts, it's usually like the host hands it off to the other person to start reading or the topic. So I'm going to put that pressure on you, and you're going to have to take this one. You don't have to do the procrastination one if you don't want, but
No,
whatever
okay.
you feel.
So, yeah, I'm pretty sure like a majority of you probably don't know what's happening. We are doing Don't Worry, so you're probably wondering why we're not talking about tacos.
Tacos are good.
But yeah, so I'll start off with the pros first. Kanasaki, is that how you say it?
Kanasake?
Kanasake?
I don't.
Okay.
You could probably say it however you want. He doesn't.
So, the pros of procrastination, I don't think there are any, to be quite honest. If there was a pro that I had to really dig deep and find, is that you soon realize that you are messing up really badly. That is the pro that I see, that you're sitting there and you're like, I should have done that thing. And then that's your reminder to go do that thing. That's the only pro I could think of, because I don't really think there's any pros to procrastination. The cons of procrastination, there are many. You're not going to get what you want done. If you're reaching for dreams, you're not going to get those done. If you're trying to do your homework and you have a test tomorrow in like 4 hours, you're not going to get that done because you still haven't started yet. You're not going to go to that interview because you woke up late and you forgot your keys in your house and now your door is locked and you don't have no way to get outside. But there are a bunch of cons to procrastination that, unfortunately, none of them are very good. I'm procrastinating on studying for my exams by learning to play piano. I think that's a pro. I see what you did there.
Yeah, that's a pro, but you're not procrastinating at learning how to play the piano.
Yeah, what do you think about that, Ryan?
So,
what do you think about that?
for pros, I think, okay, one pro that I might be able to come up with for procrastination is the concept of you can procrastinate at something bad. So like you're not doing something bad. But there was another one I had in my mind, but it kind of went in my mind and then it went out. So I don't remember. It was along the lines of, oh, that's what it was. If you procrastinate a lot, you actually are programming yourself a habit that's not necessarily good. But one thing that you could benefit out from it is learning how to get things done extremely fast when you're under stress, which can be a good thing. It's not good to put yourself in a stressful position, and that's unfortunately what you do when you procrastinate. But laundry is delicious. I agree 100%. But anyways, yeah, you can learn how to get things done really fast because you're forcing yourself to get it done in the last moment. I procrastinated a lot in school, and actually, I would say about 20% of it was procrastination, and then like the other 80% was just not doing it at all. So yeah, I didn't do so great in high school. I didn't do my homework a whole lot. Wouldn't suggest it. But anyhow, yeah, that's really the only pro I can think of. It's kind of out there. But I'm sure Kamasake has pros that he would like to talk about because he's the one that suggested that there were pros. But obviously, yeah, procrastination is something that a lot of people deal with. I think it has to do with oftentimes you getting caught up in either the regret or the not regret, but the people don't want to suffer, right? And they kind of put together their what they have to do along with the suffering. Like they're like looking at they have their homework or whatever, and they're like, homework stinks, it's annoying, it's like suffering, it's painful, it's an experience they don't want to go through, and so they put it off to the very end. Or they're currently preoccupied with something that they want to do more. It's generally the case. It's like, oh, I like playing video games, so I'm going to procrastinate from my homework to play video games or to play the piano in the case of one of our friends here. And that isn't necessarily bad if you're learning something else, but at the same time, you're just putting yourself in a position where, it's kind of like you have to train yourself to be able to control yourself and do the right things, regardless of how painful it is or the struggle you'll have to go through, without having to worry about that. Just get it done, because honestly, we all already know that. Got to get it done because you don't have to worry about it.
So yeah, we see your questions, everyone. We're trying to get through them. So I'm trying to go down in order. But the chat moves so fast. It's like Fast and the Furious.
That's it.
So the most recent one that I could see from my box is the Bubble Cat Gaming. Please help. My friend likes this guy. They were dating, but he broke up with her to be with a friend of hers. The friend of my friend kissed the guy in front of her to make her jealous. Dash. Caps. What do I do? Ryan?
Wait. So, a friend of his kissed the girl in front of him to make him jealous? Is that that's what he said?
My friend likes this guy. They were dating. But he broke up with her, the friend, to be with a friend of hers. The friend of my friend kissed the guy in front of her to make her jealous.
Okay. Wow, it's just confusing because there's so many friends of a friend and then friend. Anyway, I think I get it now. Okay, so yeah, that's first of all, what kind of person? I mean, I guess you'd have to be in a position where you're really, I think the word is envious. Like, because you have jealousy, and jealousy is wanting what another person has, and that's not necessarily bad. But envy is looking at what somebody else has and wanting to destroy it, or getting angry, or destroy them because they have that object. I feel like that's kind of like an envious revolt. Kissing somebody, I mean, that's intense. Just to make someone else get angry. Wow, that's rough. But like, is this person a friend of theirs, or is this person like, I don't know. I mean, you kind of have to forgive people who, like, for example, everybody has their emotions and they freak out sometimes and they do really stupid things, and you can all attest to that, and so can I. We've all done that. I think forgiveness goes a long way in relationships and helping things move forward in helping people not do stupid stuff like that again, as long as you talk to them about it.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes really things happen and it's like, holy crap, you seriously are nuts for doing that. Like, why would you even, like, you've gone too far, right? But at the same time, when you get into that position where you've gone too far, you want to make up for it. Not necessarily make up for it, but make it, you want to justify it with something. Like, oh, I did this because blah, blah, blah. But you can do that for a really long time and just end up in this crappy place because what you know is wrong. You know what you did was wrong. And so, I don't know, my suggestion would be to just talk to the person, help him through whatever he's going through, because obviously it's not good. But yeah, that's, one of those scenarios. It's like, well, obviously that was uncalled for, that was unreasonable, but you gotta kind of just put your hand out and forgive them and say, look, that's not the right direction. Let's go a different direction.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's crazy though. So I don't know. What do you got to say?
So I had to reread the question a little bit to understand what was happening. But to put it simply, the friend that's supposed to be the friend of the one that got dumped is actually trying to make her jealous.
Yeah.
So, in terms of what do you do, to be honest, it's like, to be blunt, it's actually not your business. But since you are a good friend, it now becomes your business.
Mm-hmm.
So, pretty much, you
That's
tell your friend that person who she thought was her friend is not her friend anymore, because friends don't do that. It's like, oh, I have your ice cream. I'll go eat it in front of you. That's not cool. You don't do that stuff. But pretty much what Ryan said was actually all I would say. And we obviously don't know how old you are, how old your friend is. So it's going to be harder based on experience. And usually, I mean, I'm just speaking from my own experience. If someone does something that I don't like, who's supposed to be my friend supposedly, then it's actually easy for me to just declare right then and there that, hey, you know what? I don't want you in my life or anything like that. For some, that's actually hard to do because, again, it's based on your own experience and how you were brought up, not per se by your parents. It's just like the culture you were around and the environment you're in. Are you more adept to like, you know what, that person's a bad person, I don't need them? Or are you more of those that cling on to the few friends you have because of this fear of being alone? So it kind of comes down to how your friend feels, and you as their friend, you obviously know more about them than we do. So you can mix in your own piece of advice that you just gotten from us right now, and hopefully it works out to the best of the ability of the universe, which is the world we live in.
You're welcome. That's a good point. Sometimes you just want to let go of people who are just being like that, because you don't need that around you. You don't need it to influence you in your life and how you want to feel living your life. It's like, don't be around people who are always sassy, because you'll end up feeling crappy. That rhymes. Great. So I have one here. I like this one. Hey, it's relatable. Haley Roxholm said, "Just wanted to say I'm getting a lot of attention, but also a lot of hate on the cover I did of It's Not Like I Like You. And I'm not sure how to deal with it. Any advice? It would help my anxiety." So do you want to take that one?
Wait, what was the question again? I'm trying to find it.
Oh, geez, it was up there. I found it. It's from Haley Roxholm.
Okay.
If I'm saying it correct. I'm sure if you search that, you can probably see it.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna do a search. Okay, I found it.
Yeah, awesome.
I just want to say I'm getting a lot of attention. Okay. So, if you don't like the attention, then really the best you can do is just to ignore it, because you're just gonna get it regardless if you want it or not. Such as life, you're gonna get whatever life gives you, and you have to deal. But you don't have to necessarily view it as a bad thing. Like, I get that you don't actually like it, which is totally fine, but you don't have to treat it as an issue, because right now you're asking us, how do I deal with it? If you treat it as an issue, it's gonna be more bothersome than not, because you're treating it as a thing that's a negative type of like effect on you, which again it could be depending on what the situation is. Rather, if they're just people being your friend and like, oh, you're so cool, I want to be around you all the time, then that's actually really good attention. But if they're just people that just giving you attention for absolutely no reason, like, oh, did you hear what Haley did? Oh, Haley has nice feet. Oh, Haley, yeah, you. Then you just have to kind of ignore it rather than treat it as an issue, because if you continue to move in that sort of direction with everything that comes forth in life, then you're going to have more problems than not, because you're seeing them as problems rather than just everyday occurrences that happen in multiple people's lives. It's more of like a common thing. So if you treat it as such, as just an everyday thing that happens to go on in your life, then when it happens, you won't even think about it, you know? And I think that's just a good trait to have overall for anyone. If someone gets too much of something, and it's everyday sort of thing, and I'm not sure if I'm saying it right. Maybe Ryan can help me out. But
I think, yeah, I know what you're saying. You're just saying, like, you should do
go
it.
ahead.
And it no longer affects you so much because you're used to it, right? Yeah. The thing I would say, and I agree with all of that, it's a very good point. Maybe what you need to do is look at it differently. Kind of have a different way of looking at it, and it is like this. Who are you, Haley? Are you what you've created, or are you a person, right? Like, sure, I write music, and I know not everybody likes my music, and that's okay. Once in a while, someone will put a bad comment on my. It's incredible how many people don't, but it surprises me how many nice comments people say to me. But once in a while, someone will say something rude, and it doesn't affect me because I know that. Look, this is a song that I put out there, and either you like it or you don't. This is a creation, but it's not me. I am not that song, and that song doesn't reflect who I am. So I'm sure I'm putting myself out into the world by creating music and that sort of thing, or if I do a cover, or if I try to do my hand at art, or even what I'm doing right now at this stream, I'm putting myself out in there in the world. But no matter what people think of it, whether people like it or dislike it, it doesn't bother me because I know that it isn't who I am. It is in something that came out of me, but it doesn't mean that just because they don't like it doesn't mean that they don't like me. And just because they don't like it doesn't mean it has to be a negative thing about me. It's just that they don't like it. That's okay. Someone not liking something isn't always necessarily a negative thing. For example, I don't like smoke. But some people do. Some people like smoke. So that's just kind of like a taste thing, and people are going to say rude things. Some people are mean, and that's just the way it is. But it doesn't have to make you feel bad if someone who has bad taste in the first place doesn't like the food that you make, or someone who has no concept or understanding of music doesn't like your song, or even if they do have a good understanding of music and they don't like your song. Whatever. It doesn't have to affect you negatively because it doesn't make up who you are. It's something that came from you, but it doesn't define you. And it isn't like just because they don't like it means that you're a bad person. Just because they don't like the music that you did or the cover that you did doesn't mean that you're less of a person. That's no barbecue. Okay, I like smoke in the sense of like, yeah, barbecue. That's okay. I like smoke that comes from fire, right? I'm just saying like smoking, like cigarettes. Is
Michael
not
Katz,
not
I like you. Oh man. All right.
funny.
So, next
Mike.
question that's recent. My mom is moving out, and I think my parents are getting a divorce. What do I do to feel better? From IPS Lover 37. I don't have experience in this personally. I mean, I've had friends, I've gone through things like that. And the most recent memory that I have was a phone call that I got at like 4 in the morning from one of my close friends saying that their parents are like splitting up, and he didn't really know what to do. And the advice that I can remember giving to him that early morning was that, you know, you just have to go through the motions, to be quite honest. I know it comes to the point where who do you want to live with, or who's going to get custody of you? Because if you're underage, then that's what's going to happen. Someone's going to get custody of you, and you either choose who you want or who you don't want. But you really don't have a choice if you're underage. But regardless, I was like 22 or something at the time, and he was 23, so we're about the same age, and he had whatever option he wanted to do. But, of course, he loved his parents very much, both of them. They were just at that stage where they just could not be together, divorced, of course. And I just told him that you just had to go through the motions, dude. I don't have experience in that, but I know with every downside, there is not always an upside, but it doesn't mean it has to be all bad. There can be just a neutral path you can take. That doesn't mean it's all bad. It doesn't mean it's all good. It's just okay. Like, and this kind of ties into the previous thing where not everything that happens has to be labeled as bad. Because you can't just do that, or life will just be unfair in your eyes, when life really isn't not fair in that term. So to make yourself feel better, I think you just have to come to terms with it yourself, that, you know, this is something that's happening. And as much as it sucks for me to say is that you can't do much about it, in terms of it happening, what you can do for yourself, for your thoughts, for your emotions, for your well-being, is to know that your parents are still there, are going to be there. You know, they may just not be in the same household, location, but they are still your parents who love you. And I think that's still something that's really great, you know? And you just have to be okay with it. You don't have to be. I know that's kind of contradicting to what I said, but you can at least try to make it better for yourself. And I'm going to pass it off to El Ryan.
El Ryan. The Ryan.
The Ryan.
French. I like how Ryan is the same in French. That works.
Language.
Yeah, there we go. So, yeah, you know, everything Derek said is exactly like what I was thinking. Because, you know, it really is just like that. Bad things happen, or things that you don't like happen in life. And sometimes they're tragedies. Sometimes you get in a car crash and you lose one of your legs. I mean, that stinks. You know, or emotionally, what you're going through right now with your parents, that stinks. But when there's nothing that can be done, you just have to remember to be positive, and not so negative. What I mean is, try not to concentrate so much on the bad things, because it'll only continue to drive your spirits down, you know? Sometimes you just have to let go. Sometimes you just have to let go, and say, whatever, it is how it is. I'm just going to enjoy myself. I'm going to go play some games. I'm just going to let it go. It's going to be what it is, because I can do nothing about it. And that stinks. Another thing I wanted to say on top of that is, I've heard sometimes, now I come from a family of basically my mom and my dad divorced when I was young, and so I grew up in a home that was basically just my mom, and then she married another guy who ended up cheating on her, and that didn't go over so well either. But so I can kind of understand a little bit of where you're coming from. I mean, but I've heard that sometimes kids or children or whatever you want to call it, imagine that it's their fault, and it is never a child's fault that parents are getting divorced. Ever. It is never their fault, because a divorce is something you choose to do, and it's something that you do generally for yourself, because you want to live a happier life and you think that's what's going to make you happier. And sometimes that can be the case, and sometimes it would have been better if they stuck together. You know, who knows? It's up in the air. What's done is done. But it's not your fault. It's not possibly your fault. So don't think ever that, oh man, if only I had done this, don't even think about that, because you have almost no part in it. You just have to be someone who bears it, who bears the pain of what's going on. And it's unfortunate. But in that sense, you can help bear the pain that they're going through and kind of spend time with them individually, however it's done, or together, whatever you have to do. But spend time with them so that you can help them move forward and bear their pain so that they can move forward. Because when they move forward, you're going to be moving forward with them. So, I don't know, that's the best advice I can give for that.
Awesome. So we got a question here from Marmiko. I'm trying to find myself an occupation in writing, and I am slowly learning basics, but I feel like I'm not good enough to create something. Because of that, I am lacking motivation. So, this is going to be great, because we're both two creators.
Yeah.
And you're about to get an earful of it.
Yeah. Oh, hey, we're perfect.
All right, Ryan, what do you think this person should do that wants to create something for the world?
Well, one thing I would have to say is, if you rely on motivation alone, you're not going to get where you want to go, because motivation is kind of like an emotion. It doesn't last forever. You go through ups and downs, throughout your life. Sometimes you get an idea and it's inspiring, and you go for it, and it's awesome. And then sometimes you have no ideas, and so you just start writing stuff anyways. And that's sometimes some of your best work comes out when you don't have any inspiration at all, or sometimes it's because you were inspired. You have, usually it's like you get an idea and then you go with it. So I wouldn't worry too much about motivation. Motivation is an aid, but don't make it a crutch. Don't ever make your career based off of your motivation. So that said, you don't think that you're a good enough writer. And here's the thing. When I first started writing music, that was not good. I mean, it was decent. It was like, okay, that's at least music, right? But, or, wow, that sounds like that doesn't quite fit. It was something I got better at over many years. Just to give an example, I decided I wanted to be a musician for a living 9 years ago. And so those 9 years I've been writing music, pretty much relatively constantly. I've took a few months breaks here and there, but pretty much consistently I've been working on music for 9 years to get where I am now. And if you looked at my stuff 9 years ago, you would say, oh, that stuff's not very good compared to what I have now. Or some people would look at it and say, that's actually really good. I liked it. The quality's not as good, but the sound, the melodies, the lyrics, they're all awesome. I really enjoyed it. Just like with music, anybody can like it or dislike it. The same thing goes for writing. Anybody can like a story or dislike it. So you just have to start, is basically what I'm saying. I started 9 years ago deciding, okay, this is my point. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do music for a career. And I had to work a job at the same time, pretty much the whole way. But I got better because I was doing it. Even though my original stuff wasn't that great, and not that many people liked it, because I went through that, I learned from it, and now I can write music that a lot more people enjoy. So, just think about it like this. It's an adventure. It's something that you have to start doing. And as you do it more and more, you get stronger. You get more experience. You get EXP and level up. Woo! That's what happens in creativity. It's a talent that you develop. So if you think that you're not good enough, that just means you got to keep on trying harder. If you think you're not good enough, but it's still something you're passionate about, then that's all the more reason to do it, because that's what's going to give you the experience to get better and understand what people like and don't like and be able to learn from that. So the more, you know what I'm saying. I don't even have to describe any further. So I'm just going to give it over to Derek.
So, creations. Pretty much I agree with everything Ryan said as to what would be expected because I'm also a musician. I like creating things. I'm also a YouTuber. I like creating things. But the one thing that held me back and will hold anyone who begins their journey is self-doubt and feeling that they're not good enough to put anything out. And the one thing that holds a lot of people back is just not putting out anything. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be the best thing you've ever done. Just do something and put it out for someone to enjoy, to criticize, to give their opinion on, to hate, to love. Just put something in front of someone. Because if all you're ever doing is making something and keeping it for yourself, but it is a passion that you have, it is a dream you want to live in real life, you got to put it out there. And the more you self-doubt, the more you tell yourself no one's going to like it, the farther that dream will go. Now, it doesn't have to be perfect. And that's where people struggle with it so much. Because you are so fixated on the idea that if it's not perfect, any little flaw, no one's going to like it. But I'm sure, someone will. You may not think they will, but someone out there will. It doesn't have to be 10 out of 10. It doesn't have to be 9 out of 10. It could be 1 out of 10, 2 out of 10. And let me tell you, that feels amazing with that one person who likes your stuff out of the whole crowd. That's motivation enough for myself. I'm sure it is for Ryan. Just that one person that likes your things. It feels really great. And then you're going to take that motivation and you're going to push on something else. You're going to share it again with this time 1,000 people. But what if only 5 people out of 1,000 who like it? Hey, those are still 5 people who liked your stuff. And that's still amazing. That's still fantastic because everyone has different tastes. Everyone has their own way of viewing things. Everyone has their own way of liking things. And that is okay. I'm sure you and everyone in this chat, as well as Ryan and myself, we have things we don't like. But that's okay, because that's just the way the world is. I don't have to like everything. I don't have to love everything. I don't have to agree with everything. But I do respect it. Not to say everyone's going to respect your work. That's an entirely different subject. But it kind of has the same premise that, hey, you know what? If they don't respect it, whatever. That's not the person you kind of want to follow your work anyway. So it's still a win-win situation. Oh man, my phone started ringing. I got scared. But yeah, the first thing is just to do something and put it out for someone to see. If you're a writer, put it on a blog, put it on DeviantArt. I think DeviantArt allows you to put stories up there. Put it on Twitter, put it on your Facebook. Just put it somewhere. Put it somewhere for someone to look at. And if you're scared,
it's a really short story.
Yeah.
Go on.
But just put it somewhere. Music, put it somewhere. You got multiple places to put music on. You got multiple places to upload art on. You have multiple places to put anything on. I kind of feel in this day and age, especially the generation we live in, with technology is just a huge part of growing as a person in terms of career, creative arts and whatever. There's absolutely no reason why you should not put your stuff out other than yourself stopping you. And if that is your only obstacle and hurdle, then hey, I think you need to take a long look deep within your heart and say, hey man, I want this real hard. I really, really, really want this. And if it makes you feel better, this is something that I do once in a while if I'm like having those doubts. I don't have them anymore. They're very rare when I do now. But I would just say, grab that thing and just throw it up as fast as you can. Don't think about it. Just be like, hey, you know it's done. I'm just going to put it out. Because then you have no second guesses. You have no second thoughts. It's now up, and it's all for you. But that's all I really have. Just go out there and do it.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, so much could be said about the topic. Like, literally, just like as you were speaking, you know, I'm like, oh yeah, that's so true, and like, and then my mind just wanders. But yeah, you know, have confidence in yourself, and don't worry so much about what, you know, the opinions that are coming through on it, because you don't have to be emotionally affected by what other people think of your stuff. You just have to look at it and say, oh, this helps me for the next time I create, so now I know what to do in terms with what people like or don't like. You don't have to be emotionally attached to something that you made if it's gonna make you feel bad, you know? so try to veer away from that maybe. But yeah, and yeah, just have a little confidence in yourself, because look, you're a human being. Everybody's a human being. We all do stuff. Look at me, where I am in my life. You think I got here in one day? It didn't. It took many years. It took since I was 8 years old when I started playing the piano to get where I am now. It started it started when I was in 3rd grade, when I first learned how to read. And that's actually really late, by the way. You're supposed to learn how to read before you're in 3rd grade. I was a very late bloomer, and I had to be hooked on phonics. So if, we're all human, we all have trials, and there's no reason to just put yourself out there, because, it puts you out into the world and makes the world a better place to do that. And so that's nothing to be ashamed of. That's something to be proud of. Yeah. Cool. Okay, so do you have any comments that you see, Derek?
This one's actually really good. This one's from Purple Tigress. Is it better to do something you like or something that people like watching you do?
Hold on,
Yeah,
I'm gonna answer the question really fast. Frog Fox, you have someone that you're meeting in real life for the first time, and you like them a lot, and they like you. Sounds like maybe you're in a relationship, and you're wondering how to approach them when you meet them. Just hug them. That is important. A hug does wonders. The first thing you ever do is hug them. It kind of makes things less awkward, because all of a sudden you've broken a barrier. You don't have to be like, hi. Start with a hug. Start with a hug. Anyhow, that's my advice. I don't know if Derek has any advice on that. But okay, so what was the question that you had, Derek?
I'm going to scroll up. Purple Tigress. Is it better to do something you like or something that the people watching you like? So I guess like YouTube or just in general, I suppose, just a creating. Do you follow what you enjoy, or are you going to listen to someone else telling you what to do? I guess.
Sure. I have a quote on my Twitter, and I have it pinned. It's not really a quote because I made it up, but whatever. If I remember correctly, it basically says, don't exploit culture, don't change your work to exploit culture. Change the culture by exploiting your work. Basically what I mean is, be you, and so if you worry about what other people are going to want in your videos all the time, you'll end up just being, you're going to create what they want, but you're going to create what they expect, and you're not going to be adding a whole lot that's new or you into it. If you let what your crowd decides for you happen, the way that you think about the world might change. For example, I've watched YouTubers who start getting famous, and then they start becoming slightly different people. Their views of the world start changing because they're only giving to their fans what their fans want. I think it's important to basically meet halfway. Learn from your fans what your fans want, and incorporate that into what you want to do. Find a happy medium if you can, because you don't want to, for example, if the culture out there is bad, you don't want that to influence your world or your work, so that your work becomes bad or negative, like in that way, because then you're only adding to the negativity, and you're not adding yourself anymore. You're adding what they asked for, which is good, but at the same time, it's not really what you want to do in the first place. It's not something you can be passionate about and necessarily go do. It's not something you can do with an excitement, with a, I guess excitement works. And that excitement carries. When you are in a conversation with somebody and you're excited about it, they can tell. And if you're excited about something you're working on, they can tell, and they're more enjoying it because you are enjoying it. There's a certain sense of communication in how we deal with people and how we interact that our excitement carries, and makes them excited about the same thing. So apply that to your work. I would say that maybe find a happy medium, but if you have to choose one or the other, I would pick do you. Because I see people like Lily Pichu, for example, who have a huge following. She's almost at 1 million subscribers. And she
Wait,
posts.
Ryan.
I,
The
mhm.
the stream died.
Oh, the stream died.
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna.
Who hit the big red button? My education and stuff and things.
Okay, it should be good. Yeah.
Are we up?
Let's see what they say. One person said it's back.
Is it back? Yay, it's back. Okay. Hey, sorry about that. I don't know what happened. Oh, two more people and I've got 100,000 subs. That's awesome. So anyways, purple tigress. I guess the last thing I want to add here is an example of a friend of mine, Lily Pichu. She just puts up whatever she wants. She told me like it doesn't even matter what she puts up. People support her just because it's her. That's the kind of community that you want. So you don't want the people that are demanding. You want the people that want you, because that's what you have to offer in the first place is you. So yeah, basically, just like that, you want to be you and not necessarily cater to people, although that is important as well. So try to find a happy medium. I'm sorry for talking for so long.
No, dude, it's all good. It's definitely something everyone needs to hear. And I'm on the same boat. If you start creating things that your fans want, which is not always a bad thing, but if your fans are in the culture of bad things, like as you see on YouTube, we have these drama channels, we have these channels that pull pranks that are probably not really pranks. It's like close to murder.
I'll just no. You literally took out my kidney.
Yeah.
Doesn't count if you say yeah. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, go on.
Wait a second. Is it offline again?
Oh, what?
Um.
One person said why off. It might just be one person though.
Oh no, it's actually off for me also.
It's working for me. Hey, hey. This, okay, it's up now.
It's working,
Also,
but it messes up. Everyone, please refresh your page. It should do the fix.
It should do the fix. It should do the fix. I love your English.
Yeah, can you see the stream on yours?
On my end?
Oh no, you can't.
Well, I don't have it really open.
Huh. Wait a second.
I feel like.
Oh, there we go. Did it move to a different chat again?
Oh, did it? That would be annoying. Let me try. Wait, actually, you should
no,
try.
we're good. Yeah, we're good. We're good, Ryan.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. Sorry, everyone. This is weird, but I think we're good. Yeah, someone said click out and click back.
Oh, so yeah, I actually have to re-enter this. Okay. I'll have to re-go to the page. So, but that's fine. Okay. Yeah. So go on with your words and things and invite better.
What was I saying? So I believe in pretty much following what you want to do. Don't do what everyone else expects you to do. Because if you're always doing the same thing over and over and you're catering to someone else, you're limiting the creations that you could be making. You could be, and they deserve new things. Of course, you can't please everyone, and that in turn might cause a loss of viewership or a loss of people who enjoy your work. But you are also in turn going to gain people that appreciate the honesty, who appreciate you going that extra mile to produce something brand new that no one's ever seen. So I think that's the true path of like a lot of creators, I believe, because you're creating something. You're not copying and pasting. That's not what that is. You're creating. You're doing something new. You're making something. So For anyone on the stream who's a creator, who likes to draw, who likes to take photos, who likes to edit, who likes to do something in that creative form, do what you want to do.
Ooh.
Yeah. Have fun. Have fun. Live your life. Do the thing.
That's what you need to do. Yeah.
No,
Cool.
Michael Katz, I notice you.
Yeah. Hey guys. Thanks for bearing with us. Sorry about the what do you call it? The disconnects and connects and connect the dots and things that it didn't do. But yeah, sorry about all that. But thanks for sticking around. So yeah. Let's see, what else do we have here?
Whoops. My folder's about to pop on screen really fast.
What is?
I clicked the wrong icon and something's gonna flash on your screen for a second.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay. I don't mind flash onto the screen with that didn't sound good when I first started that sentence. I'm gonna just end it. And that way right now and not worry about the rest of where that sentence is going. Cool. Yeah, and I like that. Hi Kaiser Gary, you're awesome. Thanks for commenting, and I like that people are kind of answering the questions inside the chat as well. Some people have their own comments to add or to agree with the things that you're saying. I think that's so cool. So appreciate it, guys. Oh.
So do you have a DC question? Oh wait, did you pull that or did I pull that question?
Yeah? I don't remember. Oh, you did. You pulled that question. Hi there, Mr. Ryan and Ms. Ryan and
Hello,
hi,
Emery.
Hi, Emery. Emery-chan. Emery-chan. Absolutely. Okay. Who's got the taco? Oh, that's why everybody's asking about the taco. Did you read the description of this video?
Yeah, but I didn't want to interrupt you.
Yeah. That's why I was like, why are people going on about the tacos? I completely forgot that. I just threw that random thought in there. I apologize for not actually bringing any tacos. That's why I said maybe not the tacos in there. Hey, thank you, Felicia. I think that's probably what that is. Yeah.
Someone says, "Have me a son, please."
What is it?
Angel says, "Have me a son, please."
Have me a son. Oh. See, I'm the guy, so I'm not gonna get into how relationships work in that manner, but you're gonna have yourself a son, probably.
Just like go to your neighbor's house, just take him out of his room.
Yeah, that's how that works. That's where babies come from. They come from your neighbor's house. No, that's terrible. Hi, Emery. Thanks for coming. Everybody loves you. See. Oh, hey. Kanasaki has a surprise for you next week.
I am the excited.
He is the excited. Cool. Are there any more? Oh, drop a link to the website.
I'll pull that for you.
You got it?
Yeah.
You got the magic fingers that can do the typing?
Don't worry, guys. I gotcha. Watcha.
You. I got you. I got you.
Okay, we got a question.
You've got a question for one.
Sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. Kusaki Akarame. Here's a question. How do you deal with the fear of what the future holds? I kind of seem to be in a spot where it looks like nothing will be good in the future. What do you think, Ryan?
How do you deal with the fear of what the future holds? Being in a spot where you're not sure there's a good future in front of you. I think I have witnessed other people experience that before. And basically, that just means that it's over for you. No, just kidding. Sorry. No, I think part of it is you have to program your mind, and that sounds strange, but oh, hi, Mocha. You're awesome. Hey, welcome. Sorry, I had to interrupt. Okay, so anyway.
She's been here for a while.
I'm sorry, I've missed all your text messages until just now, but I just wanted to reach out and say thanks for
Actually, just explain your situation again, why you're in there, because I'm pretty sure a lot of people will join.
Oh yeah. So here's what's going on. Right now, I'm at a different house. I'm moving, so I'm currently in a position where I can't stream. Derek's actually streaming right now on my channel, which is awesome, and I really appreciate it because he has a better internet connection than I do. We're doing a Don't Worry Wednesday, basically, except for on a Saturday. So we're just kind of chilling, talking, not doing a whole lot of singing, but maybe once in a while. But right now, we're just basically going over questions that people have, and we're kind of touching on them, giving our own advice from our own lives and that sort of thing, and hope to help you guys through your lives in that way. So that's what's going on, and I'm in a garage and it's raining outside. But this is where I have the best connection. I'm on my phone right now, so it is what it is. Anyhow, is that what you wanted me to explain? Did I do that correctly?
You sure did, babe.
You're like, no, actually, I had something completely else in mind. I was actually asking you to explain what peanut butter and jelly was. Whatever, that's fine.
You
what
sure
you said
did,
is
sweetie pea.
on. Then, kitty cat. Awkward. Okay. Thank you. Okay, so sweetie pea. Okay, nice. Yeah. Like it. Okay. What were we talking about? Okay, so when you're looking at the future, there are many different ways that we perceive the world. And you have to take action and be active about how you perceive things, programming yourself. Because a lot of times the way we look at the world is based on subconscious habits. Subconscious habits. What I mean by that is in our head, we have the conscious mind, which is what thinks, and then we have the subconscious mind, which is where all of our habits are stored, like the English language, or how to walk, or the emotions that come to us from certain situations, and how we react to them, how we perceive the world, whether we like guys or girls. All of this is in your subconscious mind. They're habits. But how you go through your life and what you pay attention to, what you focus on, what you put in your life, those people that are around you that are influencing you, all of those things determine how you perceive the world. And that is crucial, I think, to finding life and being happy in it. Because it's just the way it is. I mean, if you perceive the world like, oh, doom and gloom, how do you expect to feel living in that world? You know, how you look at the world is how you are going to feel living in it. So if you look at the world and you say, my future looks like it's not going to go anywhere good from here. Like, I don't see any path that leads to happiness from this point that I'm at right now. I don't see the future, and I'm not able to see anything that looks good to me. So part of it is, one, you have to take the time to get your thinking straight in that, because you have a future. Obviously you do. You're going to live for at least a couple more seconds. And it doesn't have to be bad, right? How you perceive it is based on the way that you want to perceive it. You have to take an active effort to perceive it as something that can be good. You might not have an idea of what is going to come in the future, but you can at least think about it and say, well, what kind of good things could happen in the future? Where do I want to go with my life? Where can I grow? Where can I experience happiness? These type of things, these type of thoughts, thinking to yourself, you might be able to find some things that you can look forward to in the future. Another thing is this concept. You have to walk where you cannot see to get to where you do not know. In other words, like, you have to go out into the world, into places you've never been, or go through things you've never gone through. And that's what the future is. You haven't been there yet. You have to go where you haven't been yet to get to things that you don't have yet. So, you go out into the world, you experience it. Sometimes it's exciting and thrilling, and sometimes it's not. But you have to go through that in order to find the things that you don't have yet. And those things you don't have yet are lots of really good stories, experience, happiness, the pleasures, the talents, the creative things that you bring into the world. There's so much for you. Kind of, Kuseki, I know you personally, and I think you should continue your music career. I think some of the stuff that you put out is really good. I really like the happy kind of feeling sign that you put out on my website. I think that was really well made, and I really enjoyed listening to it. I mean, I think putting that stuff on YouTube would be good, or maybe linking your YouTube to other things so people can find you. I just think that there's a lot in store for you that you don't know yet because you can't see it. But you haven't been there yet, so of course you can't see it. And that's okay. You just have to live it out, and then you'll find all the reasons that, oh yeah, I guess my future did have, some really cool things in it. Experiences with friends, or conversations that I've had, or people that I've met, or songs that I've written that I really enjoy. I can listen to my own songs, or songs that I found from other people that I really enjoy, or pictures that I've drawn, or food that I ate. There's so much out in the world. You don't know what it is yet, but in the future you will. So maybe it's important to look back on the past and be thankful for find the things you're thankful for, and that will give you a perspective about the future that'll help you. Look into the past. Remember the things that you enjoy. Right now, what are the things you enjoy about food and songs? And then take that into the future with you. I think that's all I got to say on that. What do you got for that, Derek? And sorry for taking so long.
I don't really have much of anything. You pretty much covered every single thing.
Possible. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're good, dude.
Great. Taco.
But yeah, the way you're gonna feel about the world is the way you perceive it, but also just the way you want to live, man. If you want to live carefree and outgoing and happy and full of smiles, then do exactly that. If the world around you is going down, you don't have to go down with it. You can be that one shimmer of hope for someone else that is feeling down. You can be the one that brings light to their day, and then maybe in turn they'll bring that light to someone else, and so on, so on, so on. Positivity brings positivity, but negativity doesn't exactly have to bring negativity, because that's more of a choice, as positivity is also a choice. So just choose how you want things to be, and don't let them choose for you, because then you lose. I don't like losing.
Okay.
I like winning. Sometimes I lose because I'm bad, but I like to do the winning.
I like to do the win.
Cool. Let's see. I'm trying to find a question.
Archer, the boy and the girl, and it's not like you do not have names. I'm sorry. If you want to give them names, go for it. Does anybody have a toothbrush I can borrow?
I have one. It's in my shoe.
Ooh.
So actually, Ryan, you should answer this question because it will possibly keep coming up. But hers in, not going to say that. Static C tells us, okay, Static, please tell us the next part of the Idol series. There you go. Or when is the next part?
Oh, the next part? Rainy, the song is actually already out and downloadable to specific people who are subscribed on my website or on Patreon. But that song, Rainy is currently in college and she's very busy and she's doing the art for it. I don't know exactly when it's done. As soon as it's done, it's posted, basically. And she's working on the art, but I can't give you even a rough estimate on that because of her current busy situation. I can tell you that there are, of the songs that we have left, almost all of them are already done. So we're going to be rolling out with them, but a lot of the wait time is on the art, unfortunately. It's just how it is. So, yeah, I can't give you an exact answer, hopefully within this month, but we'll find out. Or sorry, not within this month, but next month, because this month is almost over. So, anyhow, hopefully that helps. You can have a taco. Takano-san. Okay, that's fine. A car is going to be starting in this place, so it's going to get real loud up in here.
Well, while that goes on, I'm going to go look for a question, because I'm pretty sure we missed some.
It's still raining, so I can't go quite outside unless I'm gonna get wet.
Let's see. There goes the Caro. Yeah, if you guys have questions, feel free to ask while we skim through.
Yeah, if you have any questions, things you'd like advice about, something you're going through, something that's in your mind that's kind of been tolling on it, some kind of thing like that, please leave it in the comments so that we can oh, sorry, look at it and then help you with that. Let's
Oh,
take it silly.
senpai.
Oh,
I like it when you
senpai.
notice me, the senpai. I like it when you talk to me.
I like it when you talk to me. I like it when you say my name.
I say my name, say my name. Oh, senpai, won't you love me? Won't you hold me dearly?
I will do that. Hi, Ro.
Hello.
Hi, Ro. It's like gonna say, hi, Ro. Hi, Ro.
Yes, Emery, what is your question?
Mr. Cat, I have a question. Can you run my life? What?
Yeah,
Okay,
I don't
you
mind
run
doing
my
it.
life.
You just gotta. I can only do it on the weekends though. So that is my schedule currently.
She wants you to run her live stream because you're an amazing host. That is so kind, and it's true. You are an amazing host.
No, he's not.
I,
This guy is not good.
See, here's the thing. Of all of us, of anybody I know, Derek has the most live streaming. What do you call that? Experience, and he's really good at it. And so he really helps this thing keep going and enjoyable. So anything that you have good to say about anything in the future ever, including that your dog doesn't pee on the rug, it's Derek. Derek is awesome.
So we do have a question now from my Gary. Have you taken music lessons before? Oh, this is for you, Ryan. Have you taken music lessons before, Ryan? If so, what are the main differences from self-taught and having a teacher?
Honestly, I have and I haven't. I took, you could say I took music lessons because I was in middle school and high school. I was in band. I was in concert band, and I played the alto saxophone. So in that regard, I took music lessons through the school. Not really private, but a general class. And it was very different than my experience of being self-taught, which I am self-taught on the piano and any other instruments that I might play, including vocals. I am not taught on how to sing. There are differences. One thing is obvious. You can learn from people who have already been there, and that can help you along the way. But sometimes learning by yourself gives you a different approach that gets you somewhere else that other people wouldn't see. For example, with my singing, I concentrate a lot on vocal effects and not necessarily take it in a classical manner, but open myself and my mind up to neat ideas that wouldn't be presented so much inside of the classroom. Excuse me. For example, just different tone changes or different ways to do vibrato, because classically trained, there's one way that you're supposed to do vibrato, and I know that there's three, and I can do two of them, and there's a third one that is actually the classic trained one that I struggle doing a vibrato at. And then there's many different vocal effects, many different ways to sing. If you learn how to sing in a classroom, usually they'll teach you how to sing more of a classical sound, maybe an operatic way, like an opera type of singing. But if you learn to sing by yourself, you are learning from listening to random people on radio and trying to copy them, or trying to develop your own style and things like that. There's pros and cons to each side. I think maybe if you have an opportunity to learn from somebody, learn from them. But also, no matter what, regardless of whether you have a teacher or don't, I would encourage you highly to take the time to invest by yourself in your talent of playing an instrument or singing or whatever it is you're doing, self-taught alongside with being tutored. I think that's probably the best way to go about it. But I mean, there are subtle differences. You have more time to experiment if you're not being taught. If you're being taught, it's do this, do this, do this, which is a proven method to help you. But outside of that, maybe it's like I'm experimenting with myself, and that experimentation turns into created things like songs and things like that. So, yeah. Anyways, that's what I got to say about it. Sorry again. I like to talk a lot apparently.
So actually, I have a serial question.
Okay.
I mean,
Sweet.
serious. No, I don't.
Yeah. Well.
I don't think everyone will get that little reference.
Oh,
But the idiot crew asked, "I've been having thoughts of just disappearing, or I should say, not existing anymore. Parentheses, not suicide. I really dislike suicide. Parentheses. How would you recommend I overcome these thoughts?"
go for it.
Whew, that's quite a question, but there's always an answer to every question. The way to overcome these thoughts is to find something in your life that you really care about, and to find something in your life that really cares about you. Because when you have these thoughts of not existing, you have to remember that you're not the only one. There is someone out there who looks forward to seeing, thinks about you're out there that looks forward to seeing you. And you can come back and say, no, I don't believe that's true. There's no one that loves me. There's no one that cares about me. No matter how big or small these feelings are, I can at least guarantee there's someone. There's one person at the very least. And you need to keep in mind that when you have these thoughts, you're not just affecting yourself, you're affecting someone else. When people commit suicide, they're not just affecting their own path, they're affecting those around them. They're leaving a family behind, they're leaving their friends behind. And the worst part about that is when they never tell anybody. Because when you're gone, the question they're going to have is, why? And what could I have done to stop them? You're going to end your suffering in a matter of seconds, but you're going to leave behind a lifetime of suffering for those that loved you. And that's terrible. It's a selfish thing to do. I'm not trying to say that I have bitter feelings for people that do commit suicide. It's terrible. It's something that doesn't seem to be likely to ever stop because you just cannot control someone's actions. But you can be there for them and hopefully influence their actions for the better. To stop them from being depressed, to stop them from wanting to hurt themselves, and to hurt others. So when you have these thoughts, think about the life you live. What is it that makes you have these thoughts? That's where you want to start. And then the second thing you want to do is admitting to these thoughts. Because if you're always running away, trying to get away from them, they're not going to go away. They're going to be there in the back of your head, deep within your heart. They're going to live there. And the best thing you got to do is accept that they're there. And one of two things. Learn to get rid of them through your own choice of actions. And if they're not something you can just throw away and get rid of, that live with you forever, then know that you don't have to, again, to a question we covered in the morning or earlier on the stream, is they don't have to be all bad. They can just be something that's there, and you can just view it as an everyday thing and just move on. Because you have this jar. Now, I told this story on my channel. You have a jar that you can fill with rocks, pebbles, and sand. The rocks are important things in your life. Pebbles are the other things in your life that are also important, and sand is just a bunch of crap. And if you fill up your life with sand, you have no room to put anything else you care about in there. But if you do it the other way, filling your life with positive things, you have no room for crap. Sure, some little bits will fall into that jar and occupy the space, but when everything is completed with positive thoughts and positive adventures and actions, you don't really care about the small stuff. It's going to be there no matter what, but when you're waking up to something amazing. You're going to see that off in the distance, like, it's not really a big deal. Because I have this, I have my family, I have my friends, I have my passion, I have my job right here sitting in front of me. And that's what matters. And that will hopefully convince you that you don't need to have these thoughts, that you don't need to live like this. Because there's always something positive for everyone. And you already did something amazing. You asked a question to help yourself. And that's a great big step, man. So,
Indeed.
Just go out there and have a good one.
Yeah.
Ryan.
right, Derek. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, you know, I think I've kind of been in that position before, where it's like, man, it'd be easy to just stop existing, because that would be nice, and I wouldn't have to worry about anything anymore, and it would be over. There's two approaches that I would have to this. One is perfectly alongside with what Derek was saying. Um, have you ever? Now, maybe you haven't. I know people who have. Have you ever had somebody who in your life who no longer exists, who is dead? They died, and whether it was tragic or not, regardless, maybe it was a beautiful death or whatever, a beautiful death. Maybe it was a death that wasn't agonizing, or maybe it was peaceful, you know. But either way, if you've ever had somebody in your life who is gone, or maybe it's a friend that you don't talk to anymore, you have this heartache, yeah? And the heartache is not bad. It shows how much value that person had in their existence. That heartache comes from an acknowledgement of that person and that person's value. So when Derek said, you know, find somebody that you like. I don't remember what the word he said. Somebody that you enjoy, and also somebody that enjoys you. That's so that's so perfect, because it is that way. You don't realize how important life is until somebody else is gone out of yours, and you're like, man, there's a heartache. Why is this pain here? And it's because you realize the value of that person in your own life, and how just that life, that existence, that force of nature that they are, is important to you. It is valuable. Even if it wasn't adding anything to your life, it was valuable in itself because it existed as a force of something. And it is kind of like this strange kind of concept. But anyways, that's what you are too. You might want to disappear. You might want to, just be gone, be done with it all. But you are a beautiful force of nature, humanness, that affects the world around you and the people that are in it. And there are people who, if you just were gone, they would have that heartache. They would be like, where's that thing I value? It's gone. And that's just how, that's one way I would encourage you to look at it. And the other way is more of a away from a spiritual dimension. I'm Christian, so I believe in a God, and God created humans, and because of that, they all have value. They're all meant to be here. Sometimes you don't feel like, it feels like, oh, it'd be easier just to throw it all away and not have to worry about it. But maybe there's a reason that isn't the case. Maybe you are given a chance. And no one picks to live. No one gets to make that choice. They're just living. No one gets to pick their parents. No one gets to pick their position in life in that sense. But it was given to you, which means it's a gift. And gifts are good. And we need to see it like that, see it in that light, because if we see this gift as terrible, then we will feel terrible about ourselves and about other things. And that's not a good place and an enjoyable place to be, once again, as I covered this before. So anyhow, that's my take on this. It's important to notice the value of a human and notice that value is in yourself. You are valuable, and you exist for a reason. You can do many great things. You can see people like Derek, who help people, who have great advice, and they change people's lives. That is beautiful. That is valuable. And that is human, which is what you are. So you might feel like it'd be easier, sure, to just disappear. But is easy always better? Generally, it's not. Generally, it's the hard road that feels good at the end of the day. It's taking those hard steps, working hard to do something that you can be proud of at the end of the day, and that feels good. So Anyhow, there's a word for you. A lot of words, actually.
Also, a quick shout out to everyone in the chat helping each other out. I see you guys in there talking to each other. That's awesome. That is what this stream is about. I know I'm going to recap real quick for the ones that are still not sure what's happening. So I'm pretty sure you're all used to Ryan coming on stream and like either singing or just putting on some kind of creative show where he's playing a game and he has a friend drawing and stuff. We're streaming the Don't Worry Wednesday show on Saturday, which it won't probably be called Don't Worry Wednesday anymore until we figure out a name.
Don't be sassy Saturday.
So that's why the questions we're trying to pull are the questions that are about some sort of problem or situation, just to clear everything in the air, just in case you don't know what's happening or you're just joining. But Don't Worry is a show that we're doing that answers questions from you guys who are having situations or problems in their life that they're not quite sure how to tackle and or just want another opinion.
Yeah, that's a good point. Just another opinion. Yeah, absolutely. So this is our stream, and this is what we're doing right now. What do you guys think? Do you guys enjoy this live stream interactive, kind of talking to you guys, chilling with you, and going over more deep subjects that people generally don't talk on? It's funny because, and I'd like your comments about that. What do you guys think about it? But anyhow, it's funny because YouTube flagged videos that talk on deep subjects sometimes because it's controversial, because it's like real and affects people. It's weird, and I'm like, you shouldn't flag the content just because it talks on like human nature and like who we are and going deep into like actually trying to solve problems. Just because we have one opinion, it doesn't mean we're right, but it doesn't mean that we should be flagged. I think that's a little bit obscene. But anyhow.
I actually, I started Don't Worry Wednesdays in 2012 or 2013. Yeah. And I had asked Ryan to join me last year, right? Yeah, it was about last year. Right. And when the whole new YouTube algorithm came out, I went to my playlist for Don't Worry Wednesdays, and almost every single video out of all those years have been flagged. They're not gone. They're still there, but if you weren't subscribed to my channel, you wouldn't be able to find them. So I think streaming is a new way that we can do this so people can still see it and come across it, because you can't really flag a stream per se because it's still going to be there and you can't really delete it. Or I'm sure YouTube can because they own it. But just a reminder as well, once the stream is over, it's going to be downloaded and going to be uploaded again. So if you ever want to watch it again, you can do so. Yeah.
Yeah. That way, if anybody missed the stream, they can come and check out the Don't Worry Wednesday that we did. So I'm going to be putting it up on Steady P Plus, and Derek's going to be putting it up on his channel, the Beta Cat, which there's a link in the description box below, and I encourage you, command you, you don't have an option anymore, to click on that link and enjoy him, because he's an enjoyable person.
I don't think it's in there.
I like
that was the old box.
Oh, the new box doesn't have one?
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, it's youtube.com/user th3, as in the betacat, BETACAT. You know what? Type it. I'm just gonna type it. Oh geez, no, you type it, Derek, because that's gonna take me forever. I'm on the phone.
Okay, hold on. I'm looking for a question. So, first off, everyone that is answering your question, what you said is that everyone likes the stream, and they're happy that they can share their situations with you.
Yay, that's great. I like this stream. It's enjoyable. I think it's going very well.
Yeah, we really appreciate you all coming in and hanging out with us. And we hope that you can take away some advice from here, even if you're not having any troubles of your own, that you may know of someone that could use the help. You don't have to direct them here. You can offer it, but you can also take this advice and bring it to them when they need it most.
True. Yeah, sometimes you don't experience something yourself, but one of your friends did, or you heard somebody else who had that experience through someone talking on the internet or whatever, and then you were able to take that experience that someone else had and give it to somebody else who needs it. And I think that's so cool. The way that like someone who didn't even intend to help someone can help someone they don't even know. It's so cool.
Brandman32. Hey, Mr. K, what's your friend's name? His name is Alpha.
Yeah.
This little dude right here.
Oh, you.
Oh yeah, I've had Alpha on my shoulder for a little bit.
Oh, I like Alpha. He's cute. I can't see Derek. He can see me, but I can't see him because I'm on my phone and I have limited ability, and I don't want to destroy my internet. I'm actually sitting currently at 28% battery left. I started with 100, so I think we only have like a couple minutes left here before I'm gonna have to go.
So yeah,
cool.
We should probably wrap up the stream just so you don't die in the middle of it.
Yeah, that sounds good.
So First off, thank you everyone for coming, and Kaiser, we are really happy that you're here, my dude. I see you supporting the chat really hard, and we're glad to be back. And
yeah, too.
Ryan, well, you did the thingy.
Welcome to Don't Worry Wednesday, everybody. It's a Saturday. Oh wait, no, that was the opener. Shoot. Okay. Leave your comment below. Wait, it's already happening. Okay. I again, just like Derek said, thank you all for coming. It's been wonderful. I actually really enjoyed this, and I hope you guys enjoy it too. And thanks to everybody who had, thanks for having problems, people. That way, we all have problems. So hey, it's just part of what goes on. But thanks for putting them out there for others to think about. And the thing is, you put your thing out there, you put your thoughts out there, and I bet you there's probably one or two other people that are looking at that and saying, I have the same exact problem, or I have a really similar problem. I wonder what they'll say about this. So you're not only helping yourself, if we help you at all, but maybe you're helping somebody else who wanted to ask a question but was maybe a little too scared to do that. I thank every one of you who put their comment out there, and sorry if we didn't get to it. But yeah, this will be the end. So thanks for coming, and I hope you guys have a rest of your day as awesome thing being English and stuff, whatever, I don't know. Yes, exactly, yes. Don't worry, Wednesdays, or geez, I want to call it Wednesdays, it's not even a Wednesday, it's a Saturday. Anyway, don't worry, streams will be at 12 o'clock Pacific time. That's 3 o'clock Eastern every Saturday, or from now on until the end of time. So when I die, someone else will take it over, or actually probably it's actually Derek's show, so maybe when Derek dies, someone will take it over. But
yeah, if I go bye-bye, then Ryan's taking over.
Yeah, and then maybe I'll pick one of you guys, and you guys can help me. But don't count on that happening. That sounds like, oh man, I hope Derek dies so that I can get to be on the show.
I'm a Super Saiyan 3. You don't even know.
He doesn't die.
But
he doesn't know the Dragon Ball. He just come back to life.
Kusaki Akarame, she brought up something. He or she reminded us something. I came here for the jokes at the end. I'm disappointed.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, aw. Okay, fine, let's do a joke. Okay, it's raining. Do you hear that? Do you hear the rain?
Actually, no, I think the platform we're on has noise filter.
Oh, well, it's raining. I don't know if you can see it, but it's raining like a monster.
Oh, wow, that is pretty heavy.
Yeah, you guys want to see me get wet? I don't.
Wet, Ryan. Wet pee.
Wet pee. Oh, gross. Wet. That comes from a static pee, right? No, that's gross. That's not even funny any. Anyways, okay, so a joke. Derek.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good, thanks. We're great at this.
We're really great at this.
Oh yeah, whenever it's time to tell a joke, everything gets like awkward and quiet because I think that maybe you should not go to the bar and be like, hey, want to hear a joke? Because that will never get you a date. If you're either me or Derek, because then it'll just be really awkward. Or at least me. Derek's good with jokes. I'm not. I'm like,
Dude.
yeah,
You know what you can do right now because it's raining?
yeah.
I mean, you can do it. I can't. But you can have a campfire, and you can have yourself a hot dog sucky.
Oh, dude, I love hot dog sucky. I like that. It's like hot dogs with a hole all the way down the center through it. And then you can just suck whatever you want, like ice cream, which is really good. Hot dog sucky ice cream. That's probably my favorite. So this is me getting wet.
Oh, he's doing it.
Yeah,
Everyone,
they said it was funny.
subscribe.
So this is it's a practical joke on myself. It's like a prank, except for I actually have to deal with it after I leave the stream and I'm still going to be wet. So you guys are welcome. It's not too bad. It didn't rain. It's not raining as hard as it was. But you know, that's life sometimes. Sometimes it just rains and you enjoy it.
I guess
actually
you
not
could
bad.
say Ryan got a little wet from the joke.
Yeah, it made me a little wet, for sure. It looks like it made me pee my pants from laughter. It actually makes me look like I peed my entire body.
Oh man, I can see the wetness on your shirt increasing.
Yeah, you see that? That is adorable. Actually, that's not the word. That's not the word that's appropriate for this situation. But the word I use. Yeah. So, yeah.
Hashtag wet Ryan on Twitter, and send him
Yeah.
your favorite wet post.
Send them your favorite drawings of people being
Yeah.
down in rain.
Go on Twitter, tweet Ryan and myself a picture of something wet, and hashtag wet Ryan.
Yeah, there you go. All right, I'm gonna get out of the rain. Okay, I hope that joke was enjoyable to you all. Yeah, that was a joke. Deal with it. Derek, do you have any jokes?
Once upon a time, there was a pig that was flying. And as the pig started flying, the mama pig said, "Babe, why are you flying?" And then the pig said, "Because someone lied."
Oh,
That's it.
because pigs can fly.
I
Cool.
can't think of anything else to say.
Well, okay, so this is actually what was going on in that scene. There's a mother, and there is a child, and he threw a hot dog stuck in it, and it's just flying through the air, right? And that's the pig. It's the hot dog stuck in it. It's the greatest name ever. Hey, Mom, we need to get that. Get what? Did you see that ad on TV for hot dog sucking? So good. The man in the field said, hey, we should get it. We should get it. Darling.
Yeah.
Good.
All right, cool. So,
Cool.
once again, guys, every Saturday, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see you the next week.
The next week.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye. Yeah.